Today I want to introduce the wood-fired Greven to you. It's a culmination of 10 years of effort to come up with what I figure is, I consider the ultimate wood-fired barbecue in the world. And I want to go through its features and what it can do, and just show you how much fun this thing can be and how well built it is. It's made out of 316 marine grade stainless steel on the exterior with 400 series stainless on the inside. The reason is I wanted to have a better conductivity on the steel on the inside for the temperature of the cooking. The outside 316, in my research I found out that 300 series 304, which is industry standard, doesn't hold up real well against the coastlines and the salt spray. So I decided to go with the marine grade stainless. So the Greven could literally go anywhere and have the most resistance to any kind of weathering. I also decided that I would make it fully insulated. It has ceramic blanket sandwiched between the inside and the outside. You can see the depth here, it's about 1.5 inches. So this inner liner and outer skin ceramic blanket sandwiched between. And what that does is allow you to cook at 500 degrees in here, and you can literally touch this outside and you might feel a little bit of warmth, but hardly any at all. And it's certainly not going to burn anybody. I also decided to make it insulated around the firebox because I didn't want to have where kids could get seared instantly, or anybody for that fact. We ended up calling this the GrOven. That's its name. It's a grill and an oven. You literally can grill here at medium to actually high temp, but you're 3 feet from the fire, so you're cooking with hot air. You can use it as an oven. Here's 3 more levels that you can cook on, so you can really get some production going. I've actually put 40 pounds of chicken quarters on 2 levels here and cooked them all at once while I was cooking some poppers and sausage up on the top level. It has a grease train down here at the bottom, and what you put in this area is unscented clay cat litter. It absorbs the grease as it falls and literally clumps it, so you can take it out and replace it with fresh, but it keeps you from minimizing having any kind of a grease fire within the unit, especially if you're cooking at a high temp. The way I've designed this is that you're always going to cook with what's called or termed a live fire. Live fire is a fire that's getting full oxygen at all times, so that that burn of the wood is a complete burn and you get that nice sweet smoke that you're after that really kisses your meat. You'll never have over smoked meat at all with a live fire. And you can control it with airflow. I actually ended up getting a patent on the unit because I have full flame control over my firebox. This area is for searing. I've put steaks here, hamburgers, and cook them for maybe a minute and 15 seconds per side, and it sears them perfect. And then you move them up into the oven, where now you've got an oven temp and you just bring them up to the temperature that you want to cook to. If you want to turbocharge that heat into there without doing anything to the fire and maintain the live fire, what you do is lower this, and it maintains a full opening here, and it actually kind of turbocharges the heat. And you can raise that temp anywhere from 75 to 150 degrees just by doing that and not touching the fire, to put more heat onto your product for a while if you want it to. With the fire being offset like this, as soon as it enters this cooking chamber, that heat wants to come up this front wall. So this side would be always much hotter than this side. So obviously I was after as even as I could figure out cooking footprint for everything in there, and I think I have done a pretty good job of it. And you can see here on the right side I have what's called a heat diverter, and it's designed to be able to go up against the wall to the fire and have an opening of 1.25 inches with slots all the way across that only let so much heat through and then let a little more heat through, but then the rest comes across the rest of it. So the footprint up here and even down in the lower is really pretty even. It's amazing. Some of the details of the Greven. This is actual oven door gasket material, stainless steel with a fiberglass exterior skin on it. It's both top and bottom on the top lid. It's around the surrounding of the oven door. You can see it here around the perimeter of the oven door. So you get a very good seal. And also around the grease tray, you have the same oven door seal. But look at the fit and finish of the unit. You can see on every aspect of it, the detail of the finish is done along the same lines as your high-end stainless steel ovens that are for indoor use. You can see it here, all this detail around here where they welded and then it's smooth. The racks, they're 3/8 square, solid stainless steel. This thing probably weighs about 30 pounds, but it's very solid and it's going to have a long life. But it's great, once it gets heat, it just holds that heat better. It takes the spikes out of your heat on your food. So you can walk away from this thing. Once you understand your fires and you look at that fire and you have enough experience, you'll say, oh, that's going to burn that way for the next 45 minutes to an hour. In fact, on my 5 acres here, I've been mowing the pasture, and I'll turn the chicken over and go out, literally mow for a half hour and not even look at it, and come back and it's perfect. In my thought process of the design of the unit as I made decisions, believe it or not, I was always fighting for price, but I couldn't compromise what I felt were important quality issues and longevity issues, where the Greven should be generational. It should be able to be passed down to the next family member, that if they have the gene that wants to start a fire and cook over a live wood fire, there's some aspect to that I get so much pleasure from. All the rest of the barbecues out there just, quite frankly, don't do it for me any longer. And I have no excitement. I still have excitement on this. I've been doing it 10 years. And plus, quite frankly, in these days, if I was at a preppers conference, I'd call this end of times barbecue, because you could always go out and shoot something and cook it with control. And be quite easy as long as you had good seasoned wood. But and there's something about sitting around a campfire while you're cooking that none of those other units, whether they're charcoal or whether they're pellet or obviously gas, those will never do anything for you like that. But when you're sitting around this and you got 12 chickens hanging, and you go, man, this is pretty doggone cool. So it's the most fun way to cook, with an open flame and barbecuing. You'll never go back if you cross the bridge. It'll be over with. So, but you'll be glad. You'll be happy. Oh, and remember, today is a burn day.